Hi everybody, welcome back, Sipsco Games. Oh my god. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I know a lot of you are very frustrated watching me play this. I'm gonna do better, I promise you. I will do better. Sipsco Games, I will pull it out of the toilet. It is currently in the toilet. We're gonna pull it out. We're gonna do some training, which I've neglected up until now. We're gonna do some better research, make some better engines and some better games, get into medium games and stuff like that. It's gonna be great. And hopefully all that without going completely bankrupt, down the shitter. Good God. So here we are. Poor Ron, all by himself. Once again, he's back to his roots. It's just him in this cool office with his big computer. Ricardo is gone. He's been fired because he was overworked, probably underpaid, and he wasn't delivering in the end because he needed to be sent on vacation before he was going to be any good at anything. And we didn't do that. Look at all the research points we've got. My God, we've got 224 research points that we haven't used. And Ron has never been trained, as far as I can tell. Has he ever been trained? He's never been trained in any of this stuff. Look at this. His design, technology, everything is still pretty much what it always was when he first started. So let's do it. We're going to do game design for pirates. We're going to spend 5 research points and 15,000 bucks to give him a little bit more training. Look at this. Oh, shit, yeah. We currently have 593,000 bucks in the bank, which is not bad. It's going up a little bit off the sales of Dance Dance, which are still being sold at the moment. Do you want to decrypt this? This is a very special offer. Our agents have recently managed to gain access to some critical systems of one of your competitors. Oh. If you want to play war games, then transfer 50k to the enclosed location and we'll initiate sabotage. My God, I'm tripping over my words here. I'm so excited. Do we want to sabotage our competitors for 50k? That seems like a bit of a dick move, actually. I'm going to say decline. We don't want to sabotage our competitors. We want to stay above board. Dance Dance is now off the market. It sold 35,438 units, surprisingly, and generated 248,106 in sales. Okay, fine. Where were we up to with engines and stuff? We had an engine. Our research and our engine, I think, was capable of making RPG games. Not really great RPG games, but we had done some research into bits and pieces like storyline and AI. No AI. Oh my God, look at this. 2D graphics, V3. Shit. Maybe that's what we need to think about for our next engine. I know it's a step backwards, 2D graphics, but I think the current engine that we have now would probably be good for RPG games and maybe strategy games as well. We could probably get away with getting decent scores off strategy games because strategy games aren't too like story intensive. You know, you can just make them not look so great. You can target them on the PC for mature audiences and they'll still do really well. They don't have to have like the best graphics and stuff like that. They just have to have like solid engines and AI and all that sort of stuff. So that might be worth considering. Multi-genre as well we can get into, but I think the first thing that we need to do, which everybody's like fucking screaming at me to do, and I will do right now for 150k and 10 research points, is research medium games. Good God. Hop to it, Ron. Let's see if we can get... Oh, find staff. I was wondering if maybe we could like hire Ricardo back, like if he was just sort of like not completely gone, like maybe he just stepped out of the office after being fired and was just like hanging around on the off chance that he would get hired again. But no, doesn't seem like we can do that. We're gonna have to find a new member of staff. We will do that. Once we've researched medium games, we'll have Ron develop another RPG game, try to start some sort of series, get some good reviews, get a little bit more money in, and then we'll try to find another member of staff because we're gonna need another member of staff before we can even attempt to do medium games. I don't think Ron can do a medium game on his own. Here we go. We've unlocked publishing contracts. Hi, Ron Johnson. I have followed the progress of Sipsco Games for a while, and it seemed that with your recent expansion, you have started developing larger games. Larger games deserve to be seen by more people, and this is where a publisher can come in handy, okay? Publisher will market and publish your game around the world. They will also help fund development. In return, they keep most of the profits, but since the game will sell a lot more, it is usually still worth it, okay? I can put you in touch with some publishers so you can look at some of the available contracts. Just let me know. Jasmine Droke. thanks, Jasmine. Find publishing contract has been unlocked. It is accessible in the action menu. Okay, cool. So now if we go in here, we go find a publishing deal. Using a publisher is a great way to get your games in front of large audience, which in turn helps to grow your fan base. Once your fan base is big enough, you can self-publish your larger games without the need for a publisher. For medium games, you should aim to have at least 100,000 fans before you publish them yourself. Wow. Well, we've got a ways to go. We have 6.4k fans at the moment. To use a publisher, you need to sign a contract. The contract will dictate what game you need to create. Pay attention to all the details. Most importantly, the minimum score that the contract dictates. If the game you release does not meet the minimum score, you'll have to pay a penalty, which can be costly. And I think that's where a lot of people end up going bankrupt. Most medium games, well, a lot of them to start with, say that you need to have an average review score of 4, and even that is quite hard to get sometimes on medium games. It is also important to pay attention to the royalty rate. The higher the rate, the more money you will make from the contract. Great. So we've got some contracts available. We don't have to do any of these right now, and indeed I don't think we can do any of them with just Ron Johnson. But for instance, this is for the PC. It's a contract to develop a strategy game of any topic, a minimum score of 4, game size is medium. We get 8% of royalties. They'll pay us 60k up front, and we'll get penalized 135k if we don't achieve this minimum score. So like I said, you know, if you're getting penalized 135k, bearing in mind medium games do cost a lot more to develop than small games as well, that 135k penalty, if you don't meet the minimum score, is usually enough to send somebody right down the shitter, and we don't want to go down the shitter straight away. I'm sure it's coming, but not today, everybody, because we cannot do a medium game yet. But it's good that we have it researched and ready to go. Great. While we've got a little bit of money, which we don't really actually, we're going to have to develop a new game and get a little bit more money in. Okay, so let's go for a small game. See, we've unlocked medium games, so we can now actually make medium games. Look at that. Just base cost is 150k for a medium game. Holy shit. All right, we'll stick to a small game. Wow. Jeez, I can't believe we have so much shit. It's nuts, isn't it? Okay, let's try something. We'll try something and see if it works, because, well, actually, maybe we should go with something that we know will do well. Let's try using our current engine to make a strategy game. Let's make a medieval strategy game. We're going to aim this at a mature audience on the PC, which of course we don't have a mouse for yet, so people are still having to just use their keyboards, and they're probably getting quite mad. What do we have? We have the Adventure-matic 1.0, we have the Adventure-matic 2.0, Sipstastic 2.0, and the Sipstastic 1.0. I can't remember what's in any of these, so let's just go for the Adventure-matic 2.0, and we'll use as much of the engine as we can. This is a medieval strategy game. Oh god, what the hell could we call a medieval strategy game? Let's call it Sword War. No, Sword War is the dumbest name for a medieval strategy game I think I've ever come up with in my whole life. How about Horse Wars? Horse Wars. Oh, imagine that. Imagine that. 2 continents of horses warring against each other for ultimate supremacy. Which clan of horses will be the better clan? Oh shit. I think this has got some mileage. Horse Wars. All right, we're going for Horse Wars. The first release of Horse Wars. Now, 2D graphics for a strategy game will serve. 3D graphics are a little bit trickier. I mean, it doesn't cost any more. 2D graphics, we could probably make a decent amount of money off, providing we get some good scores. 2D graphics V1, probably not the best, especially at this stage in the game. But let's just see how we do anyway. 3D graphics are not required for a strategy game unless it's you're making like Rome, Total War, or something like that, I guess. Then you need some 3D graphics, but not this. Not for Horse Wars. It's not going to be of the scale of Rome, Total War. Okay, so it's a medieval strategy game. We don't need any stories or quests. We want a good engine, and we want really solid gameplay as well. So let's keep those both high. We'll allocate as much time to the engine as we do to the gameplay, and very little towards story and quests. Fine. We want to give people a chance to save their game as well for this strategy game, so that's fine. An extra 5k in the pot. Development stage 1, Horse Wars. Come on, baby. Can we do this? Oh, look, there's already a little bit of hype around Horse Wars for some reason. People seem to be excited for Horse Wars. We could even put a magazine article out, but we're just going to keep it simple. We don't need to worry about dialogues for our strategy game. Level design and AI, though, we do, so we'll keep those both high and very low on the old dialogues. Look at the hype. Holy shit. I don't need to do any marketing around this. There's just a ton of hype developing around Horse Wars already. 2D graphics, V1, yeah, we'll have stereo sound for this. We won't spend a whole lot of time on sound, though. We don't need much sound. Graphics as well, and world design definitely we'll go for. Let's see how that works. Wow, look at this, the hype around this already. Hype of 14. Maybe people are just looking forward to a strategy game. I don't know. We have 266,000 bucks left in the bank. God, it goes fast, doesn't it? Horse Wars is now bug-free, and it's ready to hit the shelves. Come on, Horse Wars. Oh, we got a new technology record somehow. Oh shit, I clicked the button. Look how fast it goes. Holy crap. Okay, Ron Johnson is level 5, and he got a little bit more experience. We got a bit more experience in all areas as well. Horse Wars is ready. Will it do well? Oh, I fucking hope so. Come on, Ron. Cross your goddamn fingers. We're going for it. Oh shit, I clicked the button as well. Look how fast he's come in. We got a 6 from Star Games. We got a 5 from Informed Gamers, who said that the focus on level design served this game very well. Not bad, not good, from Game Hero, and has its moments by All Games. Okay, well, I mean, that's pretty terrible, but at least we'll make a little bit of money off that. Let's give Ron a little bit more training. We'll go for game design for pirates again. Get some money into the bank. Oh, look it, that's not bad. Horse Wars. Sold like over 10,000 copies in the first week. Jeez, that's great. Once he's done his training, we can do some research into the gamepad and then eventually research the mouse. Oh my god, holy shit, we're so far behind. Look at this. Today, Ninvento has announced a new mobile console called the Ninvento GS. It features 2 screens, one of them touch sensitive and promises unique gameplay. While Ninvento has been struggling to regain their market lead ever since the TES64, they still have a very strong position on the mobile market. Oh my god. The Ninvento GS promises to strengthen this position and aims to breathe life into a stagnating mobile market. The console will be in stores next month. Holy shit. Gotta watch out for the Ninvento DS. It's gonna be on shelves next month. Oh my god. Here comes the Vonnie plaything. Plaything? Is it gonna be called the Plaything? Play System? PPS? Portable Play System? Today, Vonnie announced that they are launching a new mobile gaming console called Portable Play System, or PPS for short, later this year. Media analysts speculate that this announcement is meant to distract users from Ninvento's launch of the Ninvento GS. Good god. While the Ninvento GS utilizes an innovative dual screen, the PPS instead makes use of a single screen and will focus on giving developers access to much more powerful hardware. Wow. Okay. Ron is just finishing up his pirate for game devs training, which is giving him some extra design skills, which is very good. Today, the new game, Platform GS by Ninvento, has been released. Oh my god, everybody is going like absolutely crazy. You can probably hear them from outside the office, just like out in the streets, like bludgeoning each other to get their hands on a Ninvento GS. Crazy. Fine, let's research. Is it the gamepad that we need to research? I think it's gamepad and then mouse. We're gonna do it. We're gonna burn through some of these research points that we've been storing up, and then when we start hovering sort of low on cash, we'll make another strategy game once Horse Wars has had enough time to be digested by the general public. Great. Did we get it? No. Do we want to actually research the joystick as well for 20k? It's probably worth doing. It's kind of embarrassing that we can't actually even use a joystick even if we wanted to. Horse Wars is now off the market. It sold 46,244 units, and it generated 323,736 in sales. Great. That's not too bad. I mean, it's not too good either, but at least it gave us a little bit of a cash injection so that we could research the joystick. We don't want to get a game booth, a small booth at the games convention, because we have nothing in the pipe at the moment, so that's fine. We might be nearing the point where we need to develop a follow-up to Horse Wars, potentially. I don't know. I think you have to wait a little bit between releases, especially if they're the same genre and stuff. Oh, here we go. We finally researched the mouse. Good God. Jeez. Where is it? Where's mouse? Gameplay. Look at that. 20,000 bucks to research the mouse. Here we go. God, we're going to be able to get better scores off our PC strategy games for mature audiences, though, with the mouse. Especially if we add a few bells and whistles to a new engine that supports the mouse. We'll have to make a little bit of money before we do that, though. In 2 months, the Dreamcast will be taken off the market. Oh, that's very sad. Okay. Is there anything else that we can research that'll make our strategy games a little bit better? Possibly. Maybe a day and night cycle for our strategy games. That might be quite good. Also, well, this would be very good, I think. 2D Graphics V3. I don't know what happened to 2D Graphics V2. I suppose we probably researched it and just didn't add it to the engine for some reason. We also have 3D Graphics V2 here, which we could maybe make some use of. Level editor, Easter eggs. Do we want some Easter eggs in our strategy games? Probably not for now. It's a good one to have, though. Multi-genre would be a good one to have, actually. I suppose if we wanted to make strategy games with the multi-genre, we could make them strategy slash adventure games. So you could have like a real-time strategy with storyline elements to it. I'm assuming that's like something like StarCraft or Warcraft or whatever, you know, where they have like a storyline that follows you through your missions and stuff like that. And then if you didn't want to have that, maybe a strategy simulation game, which would be, I don't know, a strategy game without any storyline, possibly, maybe, I don't know. We'll come back to it anyway. We're going to have to release another game in the meantime to make a little bit more money. And then once we have a bit more money, we'll look at creating a new engine for our strategy games. See, look, we're making strategy games, and it's part of our ongoing strategy to make sure that Sipsco Games does not go down the shitter. And hopefully it works. Good God. All right, so we want to pick a topic. Let's make a... do we want to make a sci-fi strategy game? The last one we made was a medieval strategy game called Horse Wars. We can make a sci-fi strategy game for the PC. Using the Adventure-Matic 2.0, and we can call this one, do we want to have the actual word wars in it? Because Horse Wars is going to be a great series of strategy games. It's got to be said. Holy shit. Let's call this one Planet Uppercut. You could visit a planet to receive many uppercuts. The idea behind this is that people from all these planets are attacking each other, but nobody has invented laser guns or any form of weaponry. So the shuttles drop them off onto the planets, and everybody has to punch the hell out of each other in this sci-fi strategy game for the PC aimed at mature audiences using the Adventure-Matic 2.0. Planet Uppercut. God, it's like Planet Hollywood, except instead of burgers, you just get like a tiger uppercut from Sagat. Fantastic. Okay, let's go for 3D graphics and see if we can turn it around a bit. Maybe get some higher scores. 3D graphics V1, not the best. Probably better than 2D graphics V1. I don't know what happened to 2D graphics V2. We'll have to see. Fine. So let's stick with the same sliders that we had for our last game. And hope that we just get better reviews off the back of using 3D graphics instead of 2D graphics. Will it work? God knows. I think these were fine though. I think level design and AI was fine. I think we could probably do with reducing time spent on sound and possibly graphics. If we get away with it, can we get away with it? Yeah, I think we can. We'll have a little bit of sound, bit of graphics, and lots of world design. Well, more world design. I say lots, not actually that much more, but that should be fine. Okay, great. That is Stage 3 complete, Planet Uppercut, the sci-fi strategy game where people invade each other's planets and have to punch each other to death because there's no weaponry in the entire universe. Pretty shit concept. Dreamcast is no longer supported. We'll see how it does. There might be some sort of desire for this type of game. We have 177 grand left in the bank, so it's got to do something. A hype of 5. We're just generating hype out of nowhere, it seems. We got a new combo. We got a great combo. Nice. An X 1.4 bonus. Very nice. Okay. So, Ron Johnson has been training away in between games. Oh, look at this. We actually got to 3D Graphics V1 level 5. Very nice. Look at that. Holy shit. Ron Johnson is quickly approaching level 6 as well. All right, Ron, with a little bit of money, then let's have you concentrate on game dev gems for 15k and 5 research points. This is going to be great. Oh shit, here we go. First reviews for our newly released game, Planet Uppercut, came in. Fine. How are we going to do? Not so well. We should have focused more on technology, apparently. According to Star Games, sci-fi and strategy is a great combination, according to Informed Gamer. Have seen better, Game Hero. Oh, that's not too bad in the end. God, Star Games were like really, really harsh on us compared to the rest of them. We should have focused more on technology. That's probably right, actually. I mean, the fact is, we're releasing these games for the PC and they don't even have mouse support at this late stage in game evolution. So we're not doing too bad considering. Fine. We're going to close that and we're going to let Ron finish his training, and 2 months the Gameling will be taken off the market. Holy crap, that's crazy. And oh my god, look at that. First week sales of Planet Uppercut. Holy shit. That's not bad. We sold like almost 30k in the first week. Look at that. We're back up. Actually, this is probably enough money to actually research a decent engine for future strategy games. And we can totally do it. Look at that. Planet Uppercut has sold so far 64,000. Oh my god, that's absolutely nuts. Today, the new game platform PPS by Vonnie has been released. Okay, fine. Can we research anything else? Do we want to research anything else? I mean, I would really like to actually research 2D Graphics V3. I think we have 2D Graphics V2 hidden away somewhere that we can add to our next engine, though, and that should be fine. I think we've got enough to add into our next engine for our strategy games, so that's fine. Let's spend some money on creating a custom engine. Oh, there it is. Look. 2D Graphics V2, great. Let's not have 3D graphics in this because we just want to have 2D graphics for our strategy games for now. That should be fine. Stereo sound, we don't want linear story or simple cutscenes in this. We want save games. We want to be able to use the mouse. We want no character progression, dialogues or dialogue tree not required. Open world though. That might be worth adding to our strategy game. I don't know if it's ever been done, but it might be worth adding to the engine and doing something with it. Okay, so this is an engine catered to our sort of short-term strategy of developing strategy games for the PC for mature audiences. We could call it the Stratomatic 1.0. Great, the Stratomatic 1.0 for our strategy games. This is going to be great. All right. It's going to cost us 150k to develop this engine, which is not actually that much. Ron can hop to it. He's already begun hopping to it. Look at that. It's fantastic. Gameling is no longer supported. Holy shit, you've released 4 games for the platform and earned a total of 1.2 million. Not bad. God, we actually made 1.2 million off the Gameling. I don't remember ever doing that. Also, I would love to know where that money is gone. I think Ron just burnt it actually in one of his midnight parties, just running around the office burning money in front of people. Because at one point, holy shit, we were swamped in money. Not anymore though. We're pretty close to the line. It seems that casual games are especially popular at the moment. It's worth noting. I don't think we can make any casual games for consoles because the license fees for the consoles are very expensive. Basically, we need to make like a real hit strategy game, and hopefully, oh shit, look at that. Planet Uppercut is now off the market. It's sold 75,817 units, generating just over $500,000. That's not bad. It didn't get the best reviews either. There's a little bit of hype behind it. Once the Stratomatic 1.0 is done, we can maybe look at doing a follow-up for Horse Wars and maybe actually get an ad out and a magazine towards it as well. That might be good. Okay, we got the new game engine Stratomatic 1.0. It's now complete. Fine. Ron, let's do it. We've got 415,000. Let's develop a new game. We're going for what we've been doing now. We're not going to actually develop this as a straight up sequel. We're just going to do it the manual way. Horse Wars 2, Horse Harder. Is that a good strapline for Horse Wars 2? Probably not. I think, like, every time you come up with a sequel to a game, it's always X harder, and that's just because of Die Hard, basically, because Die Hard 2's strapline was Die Harder or something like that. So everything it instantly has to be harder in some ways. So Horse Wars 2 Horse Harder, God knows. Another battle for supremacy over the lands of horses, I guess, for some reason. We're gonna go medieval. We're gonna go not RPG. We want strategy game. We want the PC, we're targeting it at a mature audience, and we're going to use the Stratomatic 1.0, which we just developed for this purpose, which is hopefully going to pay off. Let's see. 2D Graphics V2, look at that, 30K for 2D Graphics V2. Fantastic, holy shit. Here we go. I know the popular genre at the moment is casual, but like I said, I don't think we can do anything with that because we don't have any licenses for consoles, and most of the consoles we had licenses for are now off the market. Mouse! Jesus Christ! We actually can have mouse support for this game. That's going to be fantastic. Let's go nuts with the engine. We'll bring gameplay down ever so slightly and see if that helps us out any with our review scores. I think the key to review scores is to hold on to your formulas. So like the way that I've done this for the past 2 strategy games, I've had the sliders up all the way, and then you just want to fine tweak it till you find that sweet spot where you're getting like 9s and 10s. Hopefully we're going to find that soon, but we'll just have to see. AI, let's go nuts for, and let's bring level design down ever so slightly. Dialogues we don't need any of because once again it's a medieval strategy game. It's the follow-up for Horse Wars. Now people can actually use mouse movements to control the whinnying of the horses as they battle, which is fantastic. Let's go open world as well. I don't know if open world is going to add anything to a strategy game. It might though, so let's try it out. Graphics, we have new graphics that we're using for this engine, 2D Graphics V2, so let's slide this up slightly and maybe sound a little tiny bit as well, and we'll go nuts for world design once again. Great. Dev Stage 3 complete. Ron Johnson is just managing to hold this company together. Oh shit, we didn't do any advertising. I totally forgot to do it. I was way too busy watching all these little balls arrive at the top of these big circles, which is one thing that I really do love to do. I hope not having any hype whatsoever pretty much isn't going to hinder us too much. Great. Horse Wars 2, the medieval strategy game about horses fighting each other, is ready to go. We have a new technology record. Maybe that's because we finally managed to use the mouse. Level design has gone up. We've leveled up to level 6 on level design. That's not too bad. 2D Graphics V2, level 3, fine. Got a little bit of work to do there. Ron Johnson is approaching level 6, which is very good. Oh, look at this. We got new research, achievements, and mini games. Oh, fantastic. All right, Ron, do some training. Game dev gems, again, please, while we wait for stuff to come in. And when I say stuff, I mean the bazingas. We're waiting for big bazingas off Horse Wars 2 to come in. How are we going to do with our new engine? Has its moments. Star games are so harsh. Holy shit. We didn't do very well with Informed Gamer either. Uninspiring. Falls a bit short according to Game Hero. And fun at stages for all games. Oh god, look at that. Not the best. We're gonna have to do some tweaking next time. But, not too bad. Look at that. First week sales, just over 20,000. It's good. Game convention, we're a bit late for. We sort of just released Horse Wars 2, and we don't really need to go to the game convention once again. We're saving money. Holy shit. The money is pouring in though, my god. Look, we're gaining fans. I think people like what we're doing with our strategy games for the PC for mature audiences. We're selling quite a few titles. Holy shit, look at that. We're just nearing 80,000 units sold. Ron has completed his training. What do we want? Do we want some... Oh, better AI maybe. That might be nice actually. Let's go better AI. That could be like a big selling point in our next engine. There we go. Better AI. Here we go. We're going to research that. Ron's doing some research. Look at that. We're slowly clawing money back up. Horse Wars 2 has actually done fairly well considering. Jesus, it got really bad reviews. It seems that the market is normalized again with no particular strong trends at the moment. Fine. Great. Okay, Horse Wars 2 is just finishing up. I will leave you there. We're still going. Sibsco Games. I think we've got a little bit more direction now. We've got a little bit more money now as well. So we may be able to do or try to get another guy in. Ricardo. We'll replace Ricardo. We'll get somebody who's a little bit more tech savvy with who can contribute to research points and stuff a little bit better as well. That might be good. As usual, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.